Next, Naruto gets caught lacking by Gaara's sand, which causes Sasuke to scream in a panic before falling to his knees. This is the guy who said he had enough in him to hold Gaara back for long enough for Naruto and Sakura to escape, by the way. So, to all you Sasuke fans, is this your man's? To let the audience know, we get this powered up clip. That's how you know he's locked in. Before going any further, I think the anime missed an opportunity. That short excursion could have been a lot more hype had the manga's adaptation been copy and pasted. After Naruto pummeled Gaara to the ground, he seizes the moment to flex on Gaara, telling him to prepare for the full extent of the Uzumaki barrage. Temari gives Naruto his props. Gaara says, "Oh nah, I'm not losing the plot armor." Then he erupts. Just like before though, Temari lets us know that Gaara's final form is about to arrive. Personally, I like that sequence of events better, but let me know which one y'all prefer or if it just doesn't make any difference to you at all. So Gaara's final form is revealed and he is massive, almost as massive as myself. But he ain't quite there yet. Despite all of Naruto's clones getting obliterated and Naruto likely getting flung into the tree he's on, the only visible wound is a little blood dripping from his lip, which, I mean, makes sense I guess. Next, Naruto gets caught lacking by Gaara's sand, which causes Sasuke to scream in a panic before falling to his knees. This is the guy who said he had enough in him to hold Gaara back for long enough for Naruto and Sakura to escape, by the way. So, to all you Sasuke fans, is this your man's? Before we move on, I know I've been doing a fair amount of contrasting of the anime and the manga, seemingly only in the manga's favor, but I assure you, I am not a manga fanboy by any means. It's just the manga is doing a better job at telling the story than the anime is currently. That sentiment carries over to the following scene.
I used up all my chakra on all those clones. Sakura!
Compare that to the manga. Naruto gets surrounded by Gaara's sand and panics, stating that he used up all of his chakra on the shadow clones. Then Sasuke yells, "Naruto!" In the anime, that happened before Naruto was almost fully encased. Sasuke also isn't shown falling, which makes him look stronger. You know, it puts a little bit of respect on his name. Then there's an additional panel of Naruto getting snapped out of his panic. Since that comes right after Sasuke yells, the only reason why Naruto snapped out of it is Sasuke. Hearing Sasuke yell his name reminded him of the task Sasuke assigned him.
Naruto, listen to me. You have to save Sakura if it's the last thing you do.
After visualizing Sakura, we get an extraordinary close-up of Naruto's eye and it's red. There's even blood vessels showing, which makes him look way madder. The cherry on top is the sand running across his face. Gaara had his "I can't lose to this guy" moment earlier, and now Naruto is having his. Now that Naruto is fully encased, Gaara starts to say his one-liner when he is interrupted by
Sanbaru!
Summoning Jutsu!
Yes sir, that's our protagonist. He summoned Gamabunta and capitalized on the opportunity once again to farm even more aura. It's always that time, fellas, never forget. He even got Sasuke, Gamakishi, and Pakun admiring the form. Naruto's ability to keep up with Gaara brings a smile to his ugly face, which is understandable. Being strong and having no competition would be horrible. Naruto doesn't care about any of that though. He's just happy he summoned the toad. His cheerfulness gets put on pause though.
Not you again? What is this?
He had a feel for the Chief Toad. It's not like there's a summoning request he has to respond to, so he could have been McChillian, eating some cornflakes, then boom, he's on some battlefield with at least #1 hyperactive knucklehead standing on his head, and the legendary sand spirit Shukaku staring him down. That is not the vibe. I'm not alone with that sentiment either. Naruto tries to hype Chief Toad up for combat, but Gamabunta says this.
take a hike.
He then states that it would be stupid to get on Shukaku's bad side when he has no stakes in the matter. That is when Gamakishi leaps in and tells Gamabunta,
By the way, Pops, that big ugly lug over there was picking on me before.
Come again.
Oh yeah, and when he did, our friend here came to my rescue.
which isn't exactly true, but it's what Gamabunta needed to hear in order to lock in. So now that he's locked in, Gamabunta unsheaths his sword and enters a combat stance. Gamabunta and Gaara have a classic anime stare down before Gamabunta makes the first move. Gaara essentially just stands there and gets his arm chopped off for free, but it doesn't matter because, let's be real, he can just regenerate that arm anyway, it's just sand. Oh, and in case you haven't noticed yet, Gamabunta makes this remark.
This guy's no joke. I barely managed to make that cut, he's so heavy.
Yeah, so if you look at this frame, it's super easy to see the size difference between Gamabunta and Shukaku. Gamabunta is big, but Shukaku is massive. While Gamabunta is still deep in thought, Naruto shouts,
Don't go over in that direction, Sakura's still there! Try and lure him over this way if you can, okay?
which I really like. So often we'll see the heroes fighting the bad guy and destroying their surroundings willy-nilly.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Naruto isn't like the other heroes. He actually keeps track of where the people he's trying to save are, so he can actually keep them out of the conflict.
Sakura?
It's his little girlfriend, Pop. Right, kid?
I have to take him out. Otherwise, Sakura's as good as dead.
After that, Gamabunta smirks, which I take as a sign of Gamabunta gaining respect for Naruto. I think at this point, Gamabunta is no longer fighting just for his son. He's also fighting for Naruto and his friends as well. Gaara recognizes the heroes just got a buff, so he decides it's high time he goes full power. Tamari sees what's going on and finally decides to skedaddle. Gaara reveals part of his body to speak to Naruto one last time before using a jutsu to knock himself out so Shukaku's mind can take over. Before doing so, Gamabunta explains what I did in an earlier video.
Those possessed by Shukaku the Sand Spirit are no longer able to sleep soundly through the night. If one does sleep, the Shukaku will eat away at your psyche until the person that you once were ceases to exist.
That's the effect Shukaku has on its host. Naruto got a sweet deal in comparison to Gaara in that aspect. All Kurama gave Naruto was 3 whiskers on each side of his face. Other than that, no physical or mental harm was caused as a product of Kurama eating away at Naruto. Now that Gaara has put himself to sleep, the Sand Spirit Shukaku awakens, and I gotta say, I didn't expect him to be anything like this.
I'm finally free! Here I come, baby!
I really thought Bros was gonna have a super deep voice and be all kinds of serious. To my surprise, I was echoing Gamakishi.
Man, that is one funky demon.
I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, except for when you can. Wasting no time, Shukaku fires an air bullet at Gamabunta, which he promptly dodges, followed by returning a water bullet. The two then start spamming bullets at each other when Gamabunta gets blindsided by an air bullet. Shukaku thought he one-shot Gamabunta, but like the mad lad he is, Gamabunta emerges from the smoke with no visible wounds, although he does state,
Hit me with a couple more of those, even I won't last much longer.
after getting a taste of Shukaku's raw strength, Gamabunta decides the best play is to wake up Gaara. Naruto asks,
What should we do?
and Gamabunta suggests slap-bopping Gaara a bit. Their interaction was a lot funnier in the manga, since after Gamabunta suggests hitting Gaara, Naruto asks, how? Then Gamabunta says, we just waltz up and hit him, dog. To which Naruto replies, again, how? Which is just so funny to me, and I think the anime should have done that as well. Maybe they thought they were making Naruto look less clueless by having him ask how twice, but realistically, Gamabunta is saying, let's get into close range of Shukaku so you can then jump right on top of his head and box Gaara. Naruto is perfectly within his rights to ask, and how in the hell are we supposed to do that without getting air blasted or me getting sand coffined the moment I go in for a punch. Knowing Naruto used the rest of his chakra to summon him, Gamabunta tells Naruto to transform him into something with fangs and claws, then charges in. Naruto panics and transforms Gamabunta into the first thing he can imagine with fangs and claws, the nine-tailed fox Kurama. It's at this point that we get an interesting reaction from Sasuke. That's the what? How does Sasuke even know what the nine-tailed fox looks like? Sasuke knowing of the nine-tailed fox, given its history with the village, makes sense, but where and when did he ever see it? The least elders made sure not to speak about the nine-tailed fox too much and made damn sure none of the elders mentioned it was sealed inside of Naruto. Maybe there's a history class in the academy that has a photo of the nine-tailed fox, but again, why? I ask why, because that seems rather dangerous. If you're teaching a lesson about the nine-tailed fox attacking the Leaf Village, their village, I should say, wouldn't one of the kids go, so what happened? The fox killed the 4th Hokage and his wife then just disappeared? I'd also imagine said book would disclude any mentions of the 4th Hokage having a son, because if it didn't, then where the hell is he? Surely he isn't the orphan kid who has the same hair and eye color of the 4th Hokage. I wonder. Studio Parrot really opened a can of worms there. Manga Sasuke just says, "A fox?" And he looks confused.